Have you ever stepped into a crowded place and instantly regretted every life decision that brought you there? Maybe it's a shopping mall on a Sunday, a bus during rush hour, or a family function where every auntie wants to discuss your future. Suddenly your brain's like, nope, not today. If this sounds familiar, stay with me, because today we're diving into the psychology of why some people absolutely hate crowded places. And spoiler alert, it's not because they're antisocial. It's a lot deeper and a lot more relatable than that. Let's start with this. Have you noticed how some people walk into a crowded area and behave like they're entering a music festival, excited, energetic, ready to vibe, while others walk in like they've entered a lion's cage? Why such a huge difference? Well, the first big reason is sensory overload. Imagine your brain as your phone. Normally, you're on 40–50% battery, doing fine. But once you step into a crowded place, suddenly every notification, every noise, every movement feels like a pop-up message. Ding, someone talking loudly. Ding, babies crying. Ding, that one guy who doesn't understand personal space. Before you know it, your brain battery hits 2%, and you're mentally searching for airplane mode for humans. Some people are simply more sensitive to sound, movement, or chaos. Their nervous system processes things more deeply, so what feels normal to others feels overwhelming to them. This doesn't make them weak. It actually means their brain is wired to notice details others ignore. Kind of like having a built-in high-resolution camera. But sometimes you just want a low-res day. Another reason is loss of control. Crowded places mean less space, less freedom, and suddenly you're walking like a sheep in a human traffic jam. Psychologists say that when we feel we can't control our environment, like not being able to move freely or exit easily, our anxiety spikes. It's why standing in a long queue feels 10 times worse than scrolling through your ex's Instagram. At least you can swipe away from your ex. You can't swipe away from a crowd. Then there's social pressure. Crowded areas come with a lot of eyes. And even if no one is actually looking at you, your brain goes, what if they are? Suddenly you're overthinking. Am I walking weird? Why is my bag making that sound? What if I trip and become a meme? And boom, your confidence takes a small vacation. But here's a fun twist. Even people who don't mind crowds get irritated when the wrong crowd appears. Like when that one person walks slowly in front of you, on a narrow path, while checking their phone, moving at the speed of a dying tortoise. At moments like this, everyone hates crowds. Another big factor is personality. Introverts often dislike crowded spaces because they drain their mental energy. Extroverts might enjoy them, but even extroverts have their limit, especially when the crowd becomes less party vibe and more zombie apocalypse vibe. And then we have past experiences. If someone once had a panic attack or a bad moment in a crowded place, their brain remembers it like a protective mother. So the next time they see a crowd, the brain whispers, let's not do this again, okay? This is your mind trying to keep you safe, even though the danger is mostly just loud people and overpriced food. So if you're someone who hates crowded places, here's the truth. You're not weird. You're not unfriendly. Your brain just prefers calm environments where it can breathe, think, and exist without 500 people bumping into your personal bubble. And honestly, who can blame you? The next time someone says, why don't you like crowds? Just tell them, because my brain values peace, space, and oxygen. Simple. But here's the interesting part, understanding. This psychology actually helps you deal with it better. When you know why your mind reacts a certain way, it becomes easier to manage it. You can prepare, breathe, take breaks, or simply avoid places that drain you. Because at the end of the day, mental comfort matters more than forcing yourself into chaos just to fit in. So whether you love crowds or hate them, remember, brains are different, people are different, and that's what makes psychology so fascinating. If you found this relatable, don't forget to stick around, because we're just getting started on understanding how the mind works, one quirky habit at a time.